Hey friends, Jen here. Welcome back to the Homestead Heal podcast. Before I get into introducing my amazing guest today, I want to share a special gift for you. I created a home wellness checklist, so it's easy for you to get started on designing your own beautiful sacred space. So if you're looking for inspiration and actionable ways you can bring more peace, love, and wellness into your home, I bundled my favorite tips, tools, and techniques so you can transform and harmonize your life. It's fun, it's free, and it's patiently waiting for you over at jenhellerlifestyle.com. Also, per usual, quite a few of you are inquiring about sauna information, and I don't blame you. Fall is upon us, which means cooler temps, plus honestly, fall is my favorite time of the year. Just as the leaves shed off the trees, it's a really great time to dial inward on your wellness and your healthy routines. And y'all know I think infrared saunas are fabulous and one of the most powerful ways to release unwanted pounds and detoxify the body. Not to mention feel fantastic. It's just a fabulous tool to get your overall wellness wheel rolling in the right direction. So if you're curious to learn more about what sauna is right for you, you can find all the details and how to connect directly with me on jenhellerlifestyle.com. And if you decide to call Clearlight Saunas directly instead of chatting with me, just be sure to let them know that Jen Heller sent you so that you get special pricing and a free gift. Okay, so let's talk about my guest in hot topic for today. This is probably one of the most powerful and important conversations to have when it comes to your overall health, and it is your home. Your home is the place you spend the most amount of time in, and in my opinion, it's really a direct reflection of who you are and what is important to you. The cleanliness vibe and energy in your space will support your overall well-being. Okay, so what do I mean by this? Simply put, I'm talking about how you clean your house. Do you have a bunch of unwanted, unneeded, chaotic clutter piling up everywhere? And what are you using to clean with? So, if you're trying to heal from a disease, injury, surgery, or even a broken heart, if your space is dirty, cluttered, and gives you anxiety and stress, how well do you think your mind, body, and spirit are going to heal? It's probably not. Plus, it's going to take a lot longer and drain your energy at a time when the immune system is already running on fumes. Also consider if you're a person who's maybe trying to launch a new business, work from home, or maybe even start a new relationship, how good are you going to feel in a dirty house with things piled all around you? If you want to feel inspired, clear, energized, positive, and excited, it's so much more beneficial for you to create a space that feels good, cozy, loving, and beautiful. You follow me, so you already know that my home is my sanctuary space, and I highly prioritize not only feeling high vibe, but also creating a non-toxic environment for Mark and me, our kitties, as well as our friends, family, and guests. With that said, I'm delighted to have this conversation today. My beautiful friend, Mene Ekenler from Legacy Cleaning, is here to share with us the many reasons why a clean, vibrant home leads to a clean, vibrant life. She's also going to share her inspiring story about how she started their company, why hiring positive team members is a top priority, and how asking for help during vulnerable times in your life can provide you, your home, and your family with a tremendous amount of value. Mene and I met through a mastermind group, and I was immediately drawn to her beautiful voice, and amazing energy. She is originally from Turkey and moved to the US in 1996 to pursue graduate studies, earning a master's in microbiology and a PhD in biochemistry from Iowa State University. She met her husband, Roger, and they both joined the University of Wisconsin-Madison after graduation. She as a scientist in environmental toxicology, and Roger as a professor. So when their daughter faced serious health challenges, she paused her career to stay home and manage her care. Following financial difficulties during the 2008 and 2009 crisis, Mene started cleaning houses as a temporary measure. Fast forward over 15 years, and they've built one of the most sought-after and successful cleaning companies in the Midwest. Once meeting Mene, you'll understand quickly her deep passion and why she believes a clean home is essential for well-being. In her words, a tidy, organized space promotes physical health, mental clarity, and emotional peace. Knowing that Legacy Cleaning Services helps people feel happy, comfortable, and cared for in their home is incredibly rewarding. One of the many reasons why I connected and really respect Mene is it's obvious that she has a lot of pride and integrity to create homes where families can thrive. She's also deeply committed to providing meaningful employment and fostering a positive work environment where employees can grow and succeed. Honestly, I'm just so honored to have her on the show because she and I share similar values in business, relationships, life, and in our homes. She embodies homes that heal. So thank you so much for listening to our conversation today. I appreciate you more than you know. And without further ado, please welcome Monet Ekenler. Are you struggling with low energy, weight gain, hormonal imbalances, or heavy metal and mold toxicity? Do you want to learn more about anti-aging tips and creating more longevity in your life? Well, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Jen Heller, a wellness educator, infrared sauna expert, and home health consultant. In this podcast, Homes That Heal, I will teach you how to transform your home into a health and wellness sanctuary. Your health is your wealth, and I believe that your home should be your sanctuary space, loaded with the tools you need to thrive in your life, not just survive. If you want to feel fantastic and transform your life and home, grab a pen, let's dive in and create a home that heals. Okay, welcome back, friends. Jen here with the Homes That Heal podcast. Today, I am so excited to introduce to you my friend, Monet, and we are going to talk a little bit about the importance of keeping the vibrancy and the frequency, and of course, that all wraps in with the Homes That Heal. And you all know that I'm very passionate about creating a space that you love, that's peaceful. But I think it's equally important to just have the conversation around cleaning out the clutter or making sure that it's clean, a clean space, like a legit clean space. So today, like I said, we're going to talk to Monet. Monet, welcome to the show.
Hello, Jen. Thank you. I truly appreciate you inviting me to this show, and I'm excited and looking forward to share my experience, last 15 years of experience in house cleaning industry.
I am so grateful for you. And before we get into it, it's fun because I want to let our listeners know, just to kind of set the scene a little bit. We're recording on a Sunday, a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's sunny in Wisconsin. The birds are chirping. I felt bad about closing my windows so we could get a good sound bite for our conversation. But it's such a beautiful, perfect day to have this conversation. It feels a little bit like fall is right around the corner, but we don't want to let summer go too quickly. So first of all, I feel like, we met a few months ago and had some mutual friends, and we're part of a real estate investor group that brought us all together. And I was just so inspired by you and your bright light energy and your passion for a beautiful home and creating beautiful homes. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about your story and why you started your cleaning company and why it's so important to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am originally from Turkey. I came to US in 1996 for my graduate school. I went to Iowa State University for my graduate degree, and I met with my husband the first semester, first class. He's from Brazil. He came from Brazil for his graduate school also. So now he's my husband, of course, but I have a master's in microbiology, PhD in biochemistry from Iowa State University. And once we were about to finalize our PhDs, we got married, simple campus wedding, start planning our family and everything. And around that time, we both got jobs at UW Medicine. My husband had a professor position, and I became the scientist in environmental toxicology department. And we moved from Iowa to Wisconsin because of our job. So that year, we were newly married, newly graduate from our PhDs, and I was pregnant for my first child, my son. Now he is 21. So we got really busy with life, right? Academic jobs. We start working 140 hours in between us. We end up having second baby 11 months later.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's our surprise child. So we were working really hard in long hours for our academic jobs, and no family, no friends around, and two kids in diaper. We have two kids 11 months apart. And our second child, my daughter, Nicole, she was born with lots of health challenges, health issues. It was really hard. She was in and out of the hospital for many, many years. And my son, the healthy child, the first child, was completely neglected at home. As I told you, we were working 140 hours in between us, and we didn't have no time for each other. We neglected our physical health, our marriage. Our first healthy child was left at home with a living nanny. The second child is dying in and out of the hospitals. Doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. So basically, almost every aspect of my life started falling apart. So we loved what we did. We were very good at what we were doing at the UW, our academic jobs. We were thriving, but everything that mattered to us when you put things
Mm.
on back burner, it starts showing off after some years later. To make the story short, I couldn't take that anymore. So I walked away from my job with an overnight decision. I quit my job to take care of my family, to put our life back together. So that was how I thought. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I left my job. And around that time, my husband quit his academic job, his professor position, and he switched to a biotech company. He became the director and research and development person for a big biotech company, and he was taking care of the US territory. The company is out of Europe. But anyway, so in 2008, 2009, real estate collapse and recession and all this kind of stuff, the company actually had to let everybody go in US because they didn't want to do the research in US anymore. This was a company out of Europe. My husband lost his job and I was already at home. I had quit my job and I just started cleaning homes. As I said, it didn't start as a long-term business
Mm.
opportunity or anything like that. While we were trying to figure out what we are going to do with our life, I started cleaning homes. And I fell in love with this industry. So, I mean, many things that I realized how much value I am adding in people's life. And it just made me very happy to change lives and delivering happiness. You know, what makes us happy is to make other people happy. I was adding value to their life. I was making them happy. They trusted me. They loved me, believe in me. I just started feeling good about this. And shortly after that, my husband ended up joining me.
Mm.
So that was in 2009. So 15 years ago, we started our house cleaning business. But first 2 years, we were solo cleaners. We didn't have an employee.
Okay.
So we wanted to have an understanding about what to do, what not to do, what kind of products and solutions to use. And many things had to be figured out before we start hiring and training and so forth. So basically, we just stumbled upon something. We did not sit down and think, oh, let's get in a house cleaning service business. And we didn't make like plans and this and that. We just started and it evolved from there and we fell in love. And here we are 15 years later, we are as excited, as passionate about our business as the very first day.
Oh my gosh. I love that story. Thank you so much for all of that. I got goosebumps and chills when you said you just fell in love with it. I could see you beaming and the energy from it.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things I love about you is just your radiant energy, but I can see your passion. You're passionate about this. Why do you think it's so important? I guess walk me through or tell me what you were feeling in the experience. Why do you think it is so important to have a clean home, or what does that feel like from an energetic standpoint?
It's a lot. So you can write chapter books about this. I can talk, I'm so passionate and sincere that I can talk hours and hours about this. But in
I
summary,
know, me too.
so a home is more than just a physical space. Homes are our sanctuary. And I strongly believe that it is a place that we can heal, as your podcast name, right? Your home is a source that fosters healing, and your physical, mental, emotional well-being is totally connected to your home. And most people think that, okay, it's just physical cleanliness, but it is more than that. And it's not a woo-woo anymore that we know that we and everything else in universe is energy and we vibrate. We have a frequency. And in the environment that we are at in our house, when your home is not organized or not clean and that kind of stuff, you vibrate really in a very low vibration. you don't feel good. You feel that
Right.
your life is out of control and you don't feel safe. You don't feel comfortable. Knowingly and unknowingly, you start vibrating with the guilt and shame, which is the lowest vibration, lowest frequency. And that is the frequency that attracts a lot of disease, from cancer to autoimmune disease, mental disease. Everything starts there at the low vibration. And people think that, okay, I'm just going to go, self-care. People think that self-care is just to go get your nails done and a massage and whatever, just go walk. Yes, but big part of your life is in your home. Even right now is more than ever. Most people, 70% of the homes that we clean has at least one adult works from home.
Yes.
So you eat, you sleep, you work. That is everything. Most people are there 24/7. Some people has a job, they go to office, but your home is your sanctuary. As I said, it is incredibly important that it is clean, it is organized, it's comfortable, it's peaceful, because
Mhm.
all your physical, mental, emotional well-being is completely affected by your environment. And it's the science. It's not just like because I say so, we know it. It can be measured, right? When you
Yeah.
feel that your life is in control and things are tidy and organized and clean, especially when somebody does that, when you are overwhelmed, then you vibrate at the highest frequency, which is peace, love,
Mm.
and joy is one of the higher frequency. And you
Yes.
will have a mental clarity. You are going to be more focused and you are going to be more efficient in your job and you are going to be more loving person to your family and loved one in that home. And it's just, I don't know, I just cannot know how much value I added people's life, and people are overwhelmed more than ever. Back then, years ago, I have been in US 28 years, so I don't know much about how it used to be. But back then, it seems to me one of the partner was working. Typically, another partner, either husband and wife, had a part-time job and they were at home. Their life was not as overwhelming or as chaotic. But now both partner works. They have kids and the pets and things to take care, after school activities. People are incredibly overwhelmed. As I said, I did over 13,000 in-home estimate, and they are very overwhelmed. They are not well. They are not well emotionally. They are not well spiritually. They are not well mentally. And they are living in anxiety and guilt and shame that their house is dirty and it's their job that they are supposed to do, but they are not able to do it. All that kind of stuff. So I just stumbled upon these things, how important it is in people's life to create that beautiful, clean, safe, comfortable environment.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. And I know that you know my story and I've shared it. It's one of the many reasons why I created this show and why I'm so passionate about sharing this information is what you just described was exactly where I was about 4 or 5 years ago, running the business, running the wellness center, traveling around the world, doing all the things, trying to manage and sustain a healthy relationship and find that balance between Mark and I where we could spend time together with family and friends but also run a successful business or, make the money that's needed to enjoy your life, as well as keeping my house clean. It's like there just wasn't enough time. But in addition to that, I remember sitting in my office one day. This is when we lived on the east side of or west side of Madison, not in the city, but just outside the city. I remember sitting in my office with the window open and listening to all the noise, the traffic, there was construction going on down the road. There was all of this noise. And I remember thinking, I don't want to be here anymore. Like I don't feel joyful here. I don't feel joyful in this space. And I was embarrassed to tell Mark because we had just moved to this house about a year or so prior, a year and a half ago prior. And I was frustrated with myself for not taking the time and the steps before we bought that house to think through where am I going to be the most productive in my life? Where am I going to be the happiest? And it wasn't there. It was too noisy. I wasn't keeping up. I've always kept a clean home. I don't have children, but we have pets. But I knew in my mind when you're talking about shame and guilt, I knew I wasn't being a good wife in my mind. I wasn't taking care of the things like homesteading things that I really feel like were important, not only just important to me, but things I wanted to do for our home and for our life. And so that felt really frustrating and shameful for me. But I remember telling Mark, I think we need to move. I think we need to move to the country. I think I need to let some things go. And I think we need to move to a house in a space where there's more a higher frequency. There was a large, the electrical stations where, in the city where there's like the main electrical kind of pours in, and there's an area where all the electricity kind of rolls into like an electricity station, so to speak. That was 1 block from our house. And I always felt like it was just zapping my energy. It was bringing in a low vibrational energy to
Yeah.
the space. And I just felt like this really isn't vibrating at the frequency. I don't feel at my best here. And so I secretly started daydreaming and thinking, like, where else could we go? I want to move back into the country. Remembering when I lived up in northern Wisconsin and I lived in a home in the middle of the woods and it was peaceful and there were trees and there was oxygen from nature and the birds, you could hear the birds chirping and like there wasn't a ton of noise, there wasn't a ton of traffic. I remember feeling more heart centered and more at peace in that space. Now, I'm just describing what is for me. Obviously, this is looks differently for everybody, but that's what I usually invite people to do is think through where are you going to feel the best? Where are you going to feel the most at home and grounded in your space? And for me, it was getting back into nature in the country. So we found this house very quickly. It's interesting what the universe shows you when you're looking. The next morning, I looked online and this house came across the MLS. And when Mark woke up, I was looking at it at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I texted my girlfriend Lori and was like, hey, what do you know about this house that's been on the market for a while? And she's like, I don't know, let's go see it. So as soon as Mark woke up, I was like, hey, we should go look at this house. And he's like, I didn't even know we were looking for a house. So fast forward, as soon as I walked into this space, I could feel the expansiveness, the natural light, the windows, like it was clean, it was bright, it was light. And I was like, this is where I feel I can expand and work from home and be at a different level. And so obviously everybody knows we moved here a few years ago. And since then, it's been my mission and so important to create the space that makes us feel most joyful, a higher frequency of love and happiness and health. Since then, my health is completely restored. As you know, I suffered a stroke years ago and was paralyzed. And just in the few years we've been here, my nervous system has calmed down and I feel a lot more aligned and I'm able to actually heal and put the broken pieces back together. One of the things that we also did was hire a cleaning service to help come into the home and help me keep things clean and help me keep it shining brightly, so to speak, at a level that feels good. And so that I can work in my zone of genius and not feel like I have to do it all. Like I don't have this shame anymore. I don't feel like I have to do it all. And, Mark was in agreement too. When I told him that I wanted to hire help, he was like, really? Is that something you think you need? And I said, I think I do. I think I need help because it's going to help me feel whole and feel better about keeping a healthy home. But it's also going to allow me to do the things that I most enjoy. And in return, I'm going to be a better wife and a better daughter and a better friend because I don't feel the stress of and the impact of having to do it all. So, and I know you're nodding your head like we've talked, this is exactly how
Absolutely.
this is how this wheel works. And so for those that might be inspired by this conversation and are also not nodding their head yes, what do you think are some action items that people can do, listeners can do to take the next step to bring higher vibrancy to their home?
First of all, thank you. I truly appreciate. I'm sure in other episodes shared some of your story and to listen again your story of how you ended up going to this beautiful, gorgeous home in countryside and your braveness to tell your husband like, okay, let's go look at this house. And it wasn't even a subject to
Hmm.
move to a different house, all of that. I mean, thank you so much for sharing that experience with us and being so brave to do it because as you know, and I know that the best gift we can give to our loved ones and the best gift we can give to the world is a happy healthy version of you.
Yes.
Not a version of you that overwhelmed, having fight and flight and running around like a chicken with the cut head, trying to manage all, do it all. That is not going to do any good to you, as you already know, and I know. That's not good to your health, your well-being, neither people around you. So to create that best version of you, you have to first understand that I don't know what your faith is. Maybe you don't have any, maybe you have one, but I believe that each of us has a gift, something and for a purpose we are created. And maybe your purpose is to be the best, just stay-at-home mom and a housekeeper. That's fine. But most of us, female or male, doesn't matter. We don't have that. That's not our life purpose. To live and die as a best housekeeper, our house is tidy and organized and clean and things like that. So we have a calling. We have a gift to give to her. And I do not believe that time management books, time management is not like every single hour of your life is perfectly like, okay, this hours, this sleep, this hour, I do laundry, clean my house, drop my kids in school, pick them up, take them to ballet or soccer classes after school, all that kind of stuff. We all have 24 hours in a day. And how we spend that time will be determined what your priorities are. Not you can do it all. You will not be able to do it all. And there is no guilt. There is no shame not to be able to do it all. And something has to go. What has to go? Your sleep, your social life, or maybe your personal development. You have no time to even read a book anymore. Whatever it is, spending quality time with your loved ones and kids instead of scrubbing your floor over the weekend, whatever it is. So that guilt and shame feeling that I should be able to do it all. I have to manage my time better. I'm the wife, I'm the mom, I'm whatever it is that I have to do. This is my job to do it. Why my house is not clean and organized? That has to go because life is different. Life changed. You have to adapt and adjust to new reality. With that said, I think the best is determine what your priorities are. And each stage of our life, for a college student, there is a different priority. They are not going to go hire a house cleaning service in their dormitories or student housing. I mean, each stage of our life, we have different priorities. But after a certain age, we have a profession, job, or a business, and a life partner, and maybe adult parents to take care. You know, when you hit to my age, now I am 53, I don't have parents here because I'm not from this country. My parents are back there in Turkey, but you have elderly parents to take care of. You have pets to take care of. You have a lot to take care of. But how are you going to take care of yourself? Do it all, throw everything on your plate, get overwhelmed and stressed out and a kind of, sorry to say this, like bitchy. And, you know, when you don't feel well, when you are overwhelmed, you are not going to behave well. Your relationship with your loved one around you is going to be ruined. With that said, it's not about taking about your pride. It's okay. Reach out to a house cleaning person, could be a person, or a house cleaning service, a company. Reach out and get a quote, right? Hey, you know, I just want to get a price. What is included? What is the rate? It could be more affordable than you think. You know,
Right.
when your house is organized and clean and incredible feeling of clarity of your mind is going to be more clear. You are going to be more productive in your home, at your job, and everything. You are going to be more productive and efficient. You have to let something go and delegate. You can't do it all. And call a house cleaning person or a company, ask what is included, get a price. But most people, first of all, it's difficult for them to get rid of this feeling of guilt and shame. I couldn't do it. I dropped the ball. I have to do it all and I'm not able to. First of all, forget about that. Second, as I said, I don't do on the phone estimates. I'm the business owner. I have been doing sales, Jen, for 15 years. When somebody calls me, you know, most people are in my industry, it kind of ridicules me. You can hire a VA, virtual assistant, overseas. What are you? You are the owner. We have 44 full-time employees for our revenue, for our size. Why are you still going and doing estimate in the house and giving them a rate and everything? I love it. I'm passionate about this.
Mhm.
I will do it for free to go to somebody's home. I feel this is my ministry. I don't care if they buy a house cleaning service from me or not, but to step in that house, to ease them, to calm them, it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. This is why you need help, and to give them assurance. It's not like forcing a sales. This is what we do. This is what you really need. This is the rate and everything. Get a rate. But as I said, I personally don't like to do on the phone. I like to do in home to build that trustful relationship and everything. And it's more accurate also too. The prices quoting is more accurate when you are in the house rather than talking on the phone. That's what I suggest them to give a try and
Yeah.
get a quote from 2, 3, 4 person or company and see. And the things is that most company, at least me, I know my company, Legacy Cleaning, and most company, we don't sign a contract. To hire a service is not like buying a house or a big, if it doesn't work for you, it is not in your budget. It's one phone call away to end the relationship, to end the service, but just give it a try. I worked really hard last week. It was a very busy day, and Fridays are my cleaning days. My company clean my home on Fridays. I came home, I've had $1,000,000, right? It's just an amazing feeling to come to a clean home, and you feel more productive. You can do more, be more. People around you, your loved ones, gonna get the best of you if you have a house cleaning service or a cleaner.
Yes, I agree. I can tell you right now, as I said earlier in the show, it's Sunday and we're having this beautiful conversation. I have a wonderful woman who cleans our home and has for years. She's not just the person who cleans our home, she's like an extension of our family. We love her and we trust her with our home, but we love seeing her. We see each other around the holidays. We hang out on and off, even outside of her coming to our home. But I love having someone that can come into the home and that I trust. And for me to be able to do something like this with you on a Sunday afternoon when I would maybe otherwise need to be, cleaning my home or doing something else, it feels so good to be able to be in service and to be able to do some of the other things that I love because I've delegated some of the things that I need help with. It's about asking for help. And so I think you and I were talking a few weeks ago about one of the most gracious things that you could potentially do for a family or a loved one. And in fact, I just offered this last week to a family member who's struggling with some health stuff right now is offer to help clean someone's home if they're dealing with an illness or offer to hire someone to come over and do some cleaning in a person's home if you see them falling behind or struggling. A clean home, what that can do for someone, it gives them a place of peace and healing. And it could just be the hand up or the step up that that person needs because they maybe can't do it right now. So it might even just be kind of a one-off thing that you could do to help and be of service to someone else. But I know how passionate you are about this. And I know that you and I were talking also about the importance of hiring your staff, like what goes into hiring the people that work for your company, because essentially they're an extension of you going into someone's home and you want them to be vibrating at a higher frequency and show up so that they can be a trustworthy person so that the client can trust you with that experience. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very important aspect. Like,
Mhm.
as I said, you can hire an individual person to clean your home, and you will be the one interviewing the person, the trustworthiness, if this person has a good vibe, good energy, all of that. But we are a company. So my husband and I, as I told you, we are in business for 15 years. First 2 years, we were solo cleaners. We didn't want to hire right away. We had to have an understanding about the industry, what to do, what not to do, what to include, drags, maps, solutions, all that kind of stuff. And the end of 2 years, once we created our heart system is our cleaning protocol in a home. It's not chaotic. We have 55-page cleaning protocol that we type the end of 2 years. So we still train people like that. But the most critical part of our business was, okay, now we are ready. We have our cleaning protocol is ready. We know what to do, how to train and all that kind of stuff. But what is our company is gonna look like what is an amazing legacy cleaning employee profile is. We spend countless hours sitting, discussing, talking, and we came to this summary. First of all, we decided that we are going to hire people based on their honesty, integrity, and positive attitude. I really, Jen, my husband is my HR. We never delegated the sales, which is I am the sales and marketing person. My husband has been my HR person. He does all the hiring and background checking. So we did not delegate that aspect for a reason, because we are like, okay, we take pride in our company culture that is absolutely positive, uplifting, no drama. You can be authentic yourself, a no drama kind of company culture. That's our biggest pride and joy in my life. And I take pride in that. So we don't want to hire anyone that is going to bring toxicity to this beautiful company culture we created. So our number one hiring criteria is, as I said, honesty, integrity, and positive attitude. Because cleaning is a skill. You can teach people how to clean, and we have an amazing trainings in process. We have trainers, weeks after weeks, we take them out to customers' house, we train them. But honesty, integrity, and attitude is an inside job. So that's the number one criteria. Number two, we hire people that they have legal documentation. Because I'm an immigrant. I love immigrants. But if they don't have the legal documentation, it's a totally different, under the table, hidden, illegal operation. Is not going to create a positive energy. You know what I'm saying? You are going to hire people. You cannot put them on W-2 employment. You don't know if they get injured, what's going to happen. If they burn client's house, I cannot hire undocumented immigrant. It's a bad energy, wrong energy for me, for the employee that I'm hiring, as well as the client. Third, we require that excellent written and oral English. Communication is a must. As you know, if you can't communicate, it's frustrating. When we are delivering happiness, cleaning client house, I call it delivering happiness. When I am delivering happiness, I'm not giving it only clean home. The whole experience has to be top notch. The customer service, the cleaners who can come and speak proper English, things like that. And we check their background. We want to be sure that they don't have any wrong background or anything. And last but not the least, we only hire pet lovers. They don't love pets. It's going to create anxiety in clients' pets. So does the client's not going to feel comfortable. So it is all these things has to be in place. With that said, we are extremely, to a degree, very selective for hiring. As I told you, my husband is the HR. We keep track of the numbers. Our hiring is 1 out of 210 applicants average. We have 44 full-time employees. Each of our employees is our employee because we went through 210 applicants to come up with each of these people that are working for me.
Wow.
So selective hiring is very important because it is some of the stuff you can change. As I said, attitude, honesty, and integrity. Some people are like that, some people are not. I'm a people lover. I have no enemy. I don't dislike that kind of people, but my company culture is everything that we take pride. Think about this. You're a client, you are going to get a service. Somebody comes with negative attitude, bad energy, underpaid, overly used, and they're angry to life. They are just not happy people, and they have resentment to the owners, to the company. They don't like their jobs or whatever is the reason. They are coming to clean a home. They're going to bring dark energy.
Right.
While they are physically cleaning, they dump their toxicity in that house. No amount of crystals and burning sages is going to make that house energy go away, right?
Right.
So literally, I believe in that. And I am so passionate and so proud of my company culture. Honestly, we don't let a lot of people go when we hire. But if we do, 90% of the reasons are attitude reason.
Yeah.
Because you are there to give them, those people, an wow, amazing kind of experience, client delegated the job to you. So the whole experience from free estimate, which is what I do, sales, how we do the onboarding, my scheduler, Nicole, and the whole staff, the office management, how you onboard them, how quickly you get a live person to speak if you have concerns or schedule change. What kind of people go? How is their hygiene? How is their dress code? How is their behavior? Are they honest? What kind of language they use in client's house? If your house is filled full of pets or filthy, are they judgmental? They're gonna, oh my gosh, darn, this house is so filthy. What am I gonna do? I mean, it matters. Employee matters a lot. So I believe that where we shine is a legacy. My company, the highlight is our selective hiring. And we are everybody knows. Cleaners, management, we all know what our core values, why we value those things, and they love the company culture and they are very protective. If we have a wrong hiring, the person is toxic, they are going to inform us like, I don't want to work with this person. I don't want to go
Right.
clean with this person. Or the trainer will tell me, this person wasn't behaving professional in client house, using wrong language, unmotivated, rolling eyes, spending time on the phone rather than cleaning. If my husband doesn't catch during interview, there are our other filters. During our 3-4 weeks training, our trainers are going to catch if the person is not the right person for our company culture and things like that.
Yeah.
So the thing is that people, what we have is best people in town. I guarantee you, we are not perfect, but I am proud because of our company culture and the quality people. All our growth, I give them full credit because they are beautiful human beings. And I dislike, we do not call them employee, because between employee and cleaner or boss, those words are very negative to me. It creates in you a different energy and different feeling. You are the boss and I'm the cleaner. You are the manager. We do not have that kind of vocabulary in our company. We call them angels.
Oh, I love this.
And and from bottom of
Ah,
my heart, they are the angels and they believe they are the angels. They're out there delivering happiness one home at a time. And that's why they take pride in their work and they know our company culture. They are very protective. And I'm a salesperson. They know I'm not a boss. Don't call me boss. Don't call my husband boss. We are all equal. We are a
yeah.
team. And in the team, everybody's job is equally important. I'm a sales and marketing person for my company. My husband is the HR. We have scheduling manager, quality manager, bookkeeper. We have a techie guy. We all use uniform. Nobody has a different color shirt or whatever to say
Right.
we are above you. We are the manager or I am the boss. No. If I am not sleeping, I am in my work uniform because I am one of them.
Yes.
And we are all a team doing different aspects of this to deliver happiness clients. And they are angels. We call them legacy angels. And they have to behave like one in client's house. And we get a lot of feedback. It really fills my heart that they are loving, they are caring, but also professional, to put that line, right? You're in somebody's house. It's a professional job. And you have to be caring and loving, but you are not there to chat or munch things. So you are there to do your work. And we are not perfect by any means. You know, people are people. We are humans. We have a lot of flaws and we are a work in progress. But we have really, really good people, and all our success, I give them full credit of where we are at in business right now, because I go meet with beautiful human beings, client for an hour, give them the rate and talk to them what we are going to do. But the hard work is years after years, going and cleaning those homes, no matter what, Monday through Friday. You have to be as motivated, as caring each and every house. You cannot say today I wasn't motivated. Each client mattered to us. So
Yeah.
that's what I believe the difference.
Oh my gosh, Monet, so many things that I just took away from that. First and foremost, I love the fact that you call them angels. That is one of the most beautiful things I think I've heard in such a long time. I've never heard that before. And I don't disagree. There shouldn't be employees or boss or, this hierarchy. we're all here. We're all equal, energetic beings, and we're all here with our own vision and our own purposes and our own zone of genius. And so I love that this is how you're running your company. I am not shocked at all why you have been so wildly successful over the years. I also love that you gave the listeners some action items and, not even just in when you're hiring a cleaning service, like what to look for. Like I hadn't even thought, do they love pets? Because a lot of people have pets or, just thinking it through on the other side, what that experience would be for the homeowner, that's going deep in understanding the person's needs, so to speak. So I really appreciate that. I think that is so important. But also, like I said, just giving people some not even, I mean, you have this beautiful cleaning business, but I think you just gave our listeners a lot to think about just in general when you're either running your own business, hiring a service, or just your relationships in general, like integrity, honesty, passion behind what you're doing. I can feel, obviously, I can see you and I know you.
Mhm.
So I can see and feel your radiant energy. But I think that that's what separates you, your company, and your angels apart from other businesses and from, what else is available out there. So I know that we touched on this a little bit. I feel like you've already explained this, but what does a home, obviously the show is called Homes That Heal. And why we're having this conversation is to help people create their sanctuary space and what feels good to everybody. What does a home that heals mean to you?
Home means it is more than just a physical space, right? I already told you it's your sanctuary. And it is the most important source that creates an environment that heals you mentally, emotionally, and physically. And it reflects who you are, right? If your home is cluttered and disorganized, for example, you think that it's just there out there in the physical. It is not actually. It is absolutely the same clutter, and energy is not flowing. The same clutter is in your mind, not out there in your home, right?
Right.
So it's an environment that fosters your overall well-being in every possible way, like clean and organized and loving and caring relationship people, whoever's in that house, maybe your
Mhm.
roommate, your life partner or kids, you have amazing good relationship and a home that has like in every aspect, good nutrition, like when you open a fridge, what kind of food you have
Oh,
or a
yeah.
pantry. It is everything. It has to be nourishing. It has to be restoring who you are and bring out the best version of you as a person. And you spend the most time is your home, right? You spend a lot of time and it has to reflect who you are.
Yeah, I agree. I love that. And my home is my sanctuary space. I feel really good when people come over, and you open the front door and you're proud and excited to invite people into the space that they feel good, whether you're entertaining for a party or we have a lot of family and friends that come and stay with us from out of town. We have a very specific space in our home that's just kind of like a sanctuary space for our guests, just making sure that that's tidy and clean and get clean out, like you had mentioned, clutter and the chaos. Absolutely. I mean, we could have a whole show based on the energetics of what it means to get rid of the clutter, clean out the closets, let go of things that you haven't used. Like I have a rule, and I'm be honest, I'm not always the best at it, but clothes or boxes and things in your home that are stacked up in the corners, or if you haven't worn something or a pair of shoes for a year or two, you probably don't need it, right? So donate it or sell it or move it on to make space for something new or more energetic or just freeing up the space so that it doesn't feel so constricted. I'm a minimalist. And so if you step into my home, there's a place for everything. And if I haven't used it or I don't need it, it usually, it's not visually seen. I don't want to see it because I don't want it to give me anxiety or stress, crumbs on the floor or dust in the corner or cobwebs in areas. Like we see that, and that doesn't make us feel good. So I think it's so important to treat your home and your sanctuary space with respect because it's a reflection of who you are and the integrity
Absolutely.
that you have with yourself. And so I am so thankful and grateful for you in this conversation today. I think everybody listening wants to call you and invite you into their home. And from a cleaning service standpoint, I know you're in the Madison-Dane County area, so I'm going to invite anybody that wants to connect with you to please reach out. Obviously, your information will be in the show notes for those that want to find you or any other ways that they can connect with you? Is there a best place where the listeners can find you, follow you, or any thoughts on that?
Yeah, the best is they
Mhm.
can go to our website, legacyhousecleaning.com, and fill up the form, ask request to get a house cleaning quote.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thanks again, Monet. You are such a bright light. I just love our friendship, but I love you and your angels and everything that you're doing to help people create their own home that heals.
Thank you so much, Jen. I believe they kind of manifested each other because you're passionate about a home that heals in many different ways, like
Yeah.
from organized cleanliness to good nutrition to, clean skincare product or personal thing, everything. I mean, all together, you have such a passion for this aspect.
Yeah.
And so do I. I'm grateful for all your courage and the hard work, what you are doing for people out there. And thank you also for inviting me to this talk.
My pleasure. I'm not shocked either that we're friends because obviously our frequencies are vibrating at a similar level. So thanks again, Monet. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.
What a delightful conversation. Isn't Monet just the best? I just love her energy. It's literally beaming with joy. One of my favorite takeaways from our conversation was the fact that we don't need to feel embarrassed or shameful to ask for help. Oh, doesn't that feel good? This was something that I struggled with years ago, and now I'm so thankful I hired someone super special to help me. Also, what a gift you can give by helping someone in need, whether it's you physically helping or offering to pay for a service. The gesture is so kind and loving. I know a lot of people right now struggling to keep it together or working through some health crisis. Someone coming in to clean their home would be a huge blessing. It's just something to think about and consider if that feels good to you. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this conversation today. Also, thank you for rating and reviewing the show, plus sharing with your peeps. It means the world to me, and I absolutely love reading your feedback. I'm so grateful for you, the opportunity to be in your ear each week, and to be able to share these important messages. Wishing you abundant health and happiness, my friends. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you. If you love this episode, please leave a rating and review on Apple and Spotify. This helps me expand my reach to other health and wellness enthusiasts. If you're interested in purchasing a clear light sauna, have a topic request, or just want to connect with me, please head over to my site, jenhellerlifestyle.com.